And that's an interesting lesson in itself. What do we assign pain and pleasure to? Some of us assign pain to doing that exercise. Did anyone assign pleasure to it? You said, I can't wait to do this because I feel good about the idea of doing it. I always love to do that exercise. You did too? It's fun.
Sure, I have faith in you that you wouldn't kill us.
There you go. There you go. Sucker. No, thank you. That's good. But on the other hand, we might assign pain to that, but we assign greater pleasure to getting it over with. Yeah. So we're constantly balancing our assignment of pain and pleasure. I want this, but I want this more. I call that the action threshold. It's the point where the pain or discomfort of taking action is less than the pain or discomfort of doing nothing. See? And a lot of people will endure a lot of pain and discomfort and difficulty and poverty and impoverished conditions and misery and unhappiness and anger and frustration and resentment and hostility and annoyance until they finally heard enough to take action to do something about it. It's amazing. Why? Comfort zones. And we're attaching it to identity, an empowering identity. See, because here's what we're going to discover. What determines where you are in this zone at any given time in your life? Whether you're about to make a sale, or whether you're contemplating calling a prospect, or whether we're going to talk to someone about maybe taking a relationship to the next level, or maybe we're contemplating taking some kind of risk in our lives, or maybe we're going to go climb a mountain. What is it? Or we're going to decide that now that we're adults, we're going to learn how to swim. So we jump into the water terrified. But what determines where you are on your comfort zone? The activity in front of your eyeballs, or the activity behind your eyeballs? Sure, it's internal. Why is it that one person's comfort zone is another person's terror zone? Different histories, different identities. And we say, well, experience too, Brent, and a lot of us have more experience in this area. Yes, but only to the extent that that experience affects our sense of who we are, of what's real and realistic, what's possible and what's not possible. Identity. Are we starting to see the real capacity now of identity? It's critical that we have an empowering one, that we look at our strengths, our gifts, our talents, our abilities. We can't define ourselves by our failures, by our shortcomings, by our limitations. And if we do, then they become real for us. But what's pushing back against us as we try? What's pushing back against us, fighting with us? Fear, which again is an acronym, right? Fabricated, expectations, appearing, real. Fabricated, what's that mean? We make it up. Expectations, what we think will happen. Appearing real. In our minds, it's as if it's real. And so we experience fear. We experience discomfort, right? We experience pain before we even do the exercise. How many of you, when you were done that, said, was that it? That was easy. Right? It's no big deal. And how many of you have found that to be true in your life? You worry about something, we get nervous, we get afraid. Oh, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if they say no? What if I make a mistake? What if I fall flat on my face? What if I get embarrassed? And how awful will that be? But then we turn around and we succeed. We say, wasn't so bad. Next. We go after that phone call and we think about making it. And sometimes, doesn't that phone weigh 200 pounds? You can't pick it up, right? And the more you think about it, the more distorted your perception becomes. In other words, the more we misuse our imagination. And the fear pushes us back and holds us inside. You know what the problem is with the comfort zone? It's comfortable. So it's tempting to stay there. Here's the problem. Do you and I grow inside our comfort zone? Yes or no? No. You can't grow inside your comfort zone. You're not trying anything new. You're not stretching. We only grow outside our comfort zone. And then, the more we step outside it, what happens to the comfort zone? It expands to meet us. And we've just expanded our capacity. That is, we just expanded our applied capacity. Our real capacity is limitless. How much of it we use is what we have to learn to take charge of. Yeah! Woo! Look at that! Well done. Piece of cake. Look at this guy.
It's just like pada.
Would you care for two?
Yeah, 3 or 4. That's like pada.
How many of you are starting to believe?
Yes.
Casey, come on, Donna. All right.
Okay, Donna,
Don't think you can. Know it. Give it all your force. You can do it. That's okay. That's okay. Now, listen to me carefully. I want you to not think you can do it. I want you to know it. I want you to get right through this thing. I want you to hit me. You can do it. Give it all you got. Give it all you got.
Come on, Donna. You can do it, Donna. Come on.
Come on, Donna.
Don't bother me.
You can do it. Give it all you got. Give it all you got. Push through.
Good wind-up.
Yeah! Before we start our little journey, our little adventure together, I have a question for you. How many of you in this room, maybe with applause, how many of you in this room are interested in a mediocre, boring, humble, tiny, little, get up in the morning and grab a paycheck sort of job? Remove this person from the room. They have to go. How many of you in this room are interested in a wonderful, spectacular, awesome, challenging, never-ending, always interesting, profitable, prosperous, energetic career? Let's hear from you. I figured maybe I was talking to the right people. I love one of the things it said up on your screen earlier. It said to be open to receiving and acquiring new tools to help yourself improve. I love that analogy, and we're going to talk about that in a few minutes. Everyone's got a piece of paper there, and it says on it, seeing and receiving. Seeing it to receive it. So we got these things, these power sides. We've got these sides to us. They are, in fact, well, we own them and we built them. They are success memories. For the first time you ever persisted, you've had the ability to persist again consistently. The first time you've ever believed in something and really pushed for it and pushed yourself for it, you've had the ability to consistently do it again. What I'm here to do today is celebrate you and show you what you've got and support you in using it even more so that you see even more success and build even more prosperity and happiness in your life. Raise your hand if you don't want any more. How many of you with a show of hands would say, Brent, my life's pretty great. In fact, it's so fantastic, so complete, so wonderful, and so fulfilling, I couldn't stand it any better. Raise your hand if that's you. Oh, just a couple. Okay, good. How many of you could use a little more of the good stuff of life? Raise your hands. Okay. Okay, right on. Absolutely. Well, you know what? Me too. So could I. I'd like to suggest to you that these 6 things are you. They are the backbone of all meaningful human achievement. They are the ultimate foundation of successful companies, of effective teams, of successful human beings, of great salespeople. They are the absolute key to success in anything you ever do. You weren't born with them, you've acquired them. And we store them in 6 little toolkits, so to speak, just like a carpenter. And we carry them around with us on every job. The key is to use them consistently. What I'm going to show you today is how to use 2 in particular to start producing even more meaningful results in seeing and believing. So let's look at our notes. Take a look at the title. See the word receive? I want to expand your understanding of the word receive for a second right now. Could I ask you all to stand up again, would you please? Okay. How many of you want to be outstanding in a field? Raise your hands. Woo, look at the hands. Of course. Yes. All right.